If you're wondering where I've been, child, trying to film for YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, it was beating my ass. Truthfully, realistically, it was handing me my ass regularly. But enough about that. This is all about our new fragrance review that I've been wanting to do. The whole internet's been going crazy about it, as you can tell from this title. Oh, child. But let's get into the video. Now, I know we already know what's going down. We already know what I'm reviewing. And it, yes, is Miss Fenty. And the internet went bonkers over this. The internet and all the perfume heads have been going crazy. And I know that everyone has done their review already, but you about to hear mine now. It's my turn now. And so, let's just jump right in. All of the curiosity and hype is what led me to buy the fragrance. I went ahead and got the sample because I wasn't gonna blind buy it. I simply wasn't, because that's just not what I want to do. If I hated it, I would have spent the money that I spent, which I'll tell you about in a second. And I just wasn't comfortable with that. So once I went online, got my sample, I loved it. I absolutely loved and adored the sample. I think loved is an understatement. And so that's what led me to buy the full size. Now, if you want to hear my thoughts and feelings about this perfume, this wonderful Fenty perfume, please keep watching. And don't forget to comment, subscribe, like the video. The algorithm likes that. I'm trying to grow. I hit 100 followers. We out here. Thank you everyone who has subscribed and has been sticking in here with me, because I know. So let's get straight to the point. So, as I said before, by now, everyone who's into perfume, everybody and their grandmama's cousin on their daddy's side, twice removed, has had something to say about this. I know that there was not controversy, but people were not necessarily knowing what to expect from the fragrance. Some people were thinking that it would be smelling very sweet, like Love Don't Be Shy, which is Rihanna's perfume of choice, or at least was her perfume of choice. And I didn't. And I knew I shouldn't. And I'll speak more to that in just a second. So, Ree's just a little too different for that. So I can't really understand why people would go in that direction, but let's get to the notes of this beautiful perfume. But I guess before I get to the notes, we should unbox it. I've already unboxed it, of course, and here it is. Look at that gorgeous bottle. You see that? So beautiful. Wait. Let me just shine her up. Let me shine her up. She deserves her day in the sun. I love the bottle. Let me crop it out of the casing, because I thought the bottle, the way that it was packaged was so cute too. And here it is. Look at how cute. Oh, thumbnail. And oh, I forgot to show you the top of the bottle. It actually says Fenty, if you guys can get that. So cool, right? I thought that was a really dope touch. Like, they really did that, as they always do. It's so simple and so chic, the bottle. So one of the excellent marketing techniques that Fenty did was build up a lot of curiosity around it. They weren't really telling people the notes. They were kind of just saying, oh, it's sensual, it's beautiful, it's unexpected, it's great, it's sweet. And so many people were trying to figure out what are the notes going to be, what is gonna smell like, what's it gonna be. So at first it just said magnolia and musk and Bulgarian rose, and now they have like a full list of all of the notes. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys all of that, and I'm gonna have to have it listed on the screen, so I'm gonna slide to the side just a little bit. So the notes are magnolia, blueberry, geranium, tangerine, vanilla, musk, hyacinth, Bulgarian rose absolute, incense, patchouli, bergamot, and coconut. And so, yeah, that's a hell of a list. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 different scents, or 12 different scents that have created the entirety of this perfume. And so the notes that I got the most were the magnolia, the musk, and the Bulgarian rose absolute, and the incense. So I got this one day and I sprayed it on my wrist at night, and oh my gosh, I fell in love immediately. It was so good. It's a unisex scent. If I hadn't said that earlier, it is unisex. And it smells amazing. It smells grown. It smells sensuous. It smells alluring. And it's got some heaviness to it, but not too heavy. Like it's a prominent scent, but not highly offensive. And I would wear it all the time because that's just me. I like a more intense scent. One of my favorite scents is the YSL Libre Intense. And so I love that so much. But I think for most people, this will be a nice little cocktail scent. You know, you're going out with your friends. I was gonna say the girls, but you know, you're going out with your peoples. You put it on for cocktail hour, or you put it on for dinner or date night. And so I think that this scent would be perfect for that. And I think this is exactly where it would shine the most. And more personally, this scent just reminds me of my mom and my grandma. I know, it sounds crazy to say, but my mom and my grandma were my glam queens. They were my style icons. Like, they used to be fly, y'all. For real. And so it reminds me of watching them get ready, and just, it gives me a sense of elegance. And I love that so much. Also, the magnolia scent, I was able to pick it out right away because growing up we had a huge magnolia tree out front. We still have it out front. And the scent in the springtime, amazing. Like, my brother had allergies, and so he hated it, and so did my dad, but it smelled incredible. And so immediately when I smelled this, I was taken in by that scent, and I was basically transported back to my childhood, it was good. It was so nostalgic, and I was like, oh my gosh. And when I was wearing this scent, when I was only had the sample, people were giving me compliments. They're like, what is that you're wearing? Child, I loved it. And so it's safe to say that a lot of other people did too. Now let's get to some of the pros and cons. The pros is that it has great lasting power. I wore it one day and it gave me like a solid 7 hours of wear. Now it did wane off in like hour 6.5, but I'll give it the 7 hours because I was still getting compliments and it was still on my clothing and people could still smell me. It smells incredible to me. I love the way the notes come together. Like I said before, it's very elegant. It's not too heavy, but it does give a bit of an air of mystery, if you want to say. But it's still not too, it doesn't make people feel like, ooh. You feel approachable when you're wearing it. I don't know if a scent can make you feel unapproachable, but it makes me feel like, oh, people want to come into your space. Not in a bad way, but it was great. Another thing is, I do think this is a good unisex scent. So if you're going to smell a cologne, it's not leaning heavily masculine and it's not leaning heavily feminine, but I do think it leans just a touch more feminine than it does masculine. But I don't think it's so much so that anyone would notice. And with our different body chemistries, I feel like maybe men would wear the scent a little differently and it would react differently to their personal body chemistries than it does for some women, and vice versa. I suggest you guys get a sample and try it out. Like I said, the bottle is very beautiful. It's very elegant. Let me wipe this off. It's very beautiful. It's very elegant. It's understated and simple. It's basically like the color of cognac or Hennessy or something like that. Child, if Hennessy is cognac, I don't know. I don't drink. I don't understand these things. I'm just talking. But it's so beautiful. I I didn't even mention how much you get. You get 75 milliliters, which translates to roughly 2.54 fluid ounces. And so because of that, I'm going to go ahead and get right into the cons. Now the cons, and there are very few cons for me since I love this scent and I just extolled all the virtues of it. But the cons is that it is $220 US dollars. So if that's a bit out of, that could be a bit out of some people's price range. I think considering how much you get, it's not that bad a price. It's not the greatest price I've ever heard, but I think it is ASMR. I think it is decent enough. Also, Afterpay is available if you wanted to utilize that. This is only available on the Fenty website, so if you were wanting to smell it before you even purchase the sample, because you do have to spend at least at the time, you were having to spend $40 on the Fenty website to get a sample, and you had to use a special code to put it in there so you could get the scent. So it takes, it's okay. The shipping wasn't so bad. It was like a standard 3 to 5 business days. I ordered it on the 9th of August and it was shipped out on the 10th. Well, at least the shipping label was made on the 10th. It didn't get here until it got here on the 13th. So a fairly standard 3 to 5 business days for it to ship and get there, which I think is it's a reasonable turnaround time. The only other con that I can think of is that it's one size at this stage of the game. Like, they may expand it to travel sizes or even a bigger size or what have you, but this is the only size that they're serving us right now. Now, I just want to not really address, but speak to some of the criticisms that I heard about the perfume. And so, I knew when I first smelled this, people weren't going to be super into it, because I know that when sometimes people get an idea of how something is going to smell in their heads, or what they think someone is like, or what they think someone might put out, it can clash with period, like Rihanna. I know everyone thought that, well, not everyone, but there were some people that thought this was going to be more of an experimental scent, or more of an edgy scent, or more of a layered kind of a scent, something that was a little more interesting or kind of diverse. I wasn't one of those people who immediately thought that. With Fenty being the incredibly inclusive brand that it already is, and them coming out with the unisex scent, I knew that they were going to have to stick within a certain mold so that they didn't alienate certain people and feel like they were alienating anyone. Now, not liking the scent is just not liking the scent. If you're just not a fan, you're just not a fan. But to say that, it doesn't smell like what I thought Rihanna would have done, I kind of expected something along these lines, but not anything like this. And so it was a really pleasant surprise for me, and I think that's the beauty of it. So that's all I had to say about it, and those are just my 2 cents. And now I want to know what you guys think. Do you have the fragrance? Are you planning to buy the fragrance? Do you love it? Do you hate it? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about what people are saying about it? Have you made any choices to get it or not? I don't know. Are you going to blind buy? I want to know everything. I'm nosy. I'm in your business, girl. And so that's my little 2 cents about the fragrance, and I'm done. It took me about half an hour to film this video. I hope it comes out good, child. We don't know. But, cue the outro. Strip is out in Vegas, New Orleans too.